I've been making a lot of stuff, and this is for a little side quest, a little side project. I'm using all virtual synthesized sources, all digital sources, all the drums I've made here, but I like these sounds. This is for a game. It's for it's basically kind of the characters. I don't want to say too much about it. The character's kind of a technomancer, like a mage of technology. And so it's a little esoteric and a little creepy and a little dark. And so I'm trying to create some sounds for this character and for the environment. And here's what I got so far. Some of these synthesizers. And I'm doing some interesting things here I'll show on the screen in just a second. I'll talk about it, but here's what it sounds like so far. Kind of a ghostly, airy, synthesized kind of sound. And it does some weird things with the tuning as well. So trying to go for that kind of 80s synth, dungeon synth, retro, Stranger Things kind of thing with my own flavor on it. And this is also a drum and bass, which we'll get into in a second. So all of the sounds here are being made. Basically, they're saws and squares. And then I've got this big fat bass, also from the synthesizer. Just playing a sine wave and a pulse wave with some pitch modulation. And I'm running that through a guitar amp, and then a transient shaper just to give it a little bit more attack. And that's the bass. Drums I created all with virtual synthesizers. So and then loaded them back in. Energy XT sampler. There's the kicks. Here's the snares. The claps I have not added yet. That's just one of my standard ones. I haven't created anything new for this one, but I will. I want to have some little white noise blips. The hi-hats I have created for this. 4 different closed hi-hats. 4 different open hi-hats. Slight variations so that I can do things like this on the, here's the hi-hat channel. So I can get a lot of variation on my one hi-hat track. The kicks and the snares then shift here, and all I have to do is just move the notes down 1 or up 1. So it goes from this to this. And that can often just be enough. They're all pretty much sticking in the similar frequency range, so I don't have to do any different processing here. The synths, I'm doing a lot of stuff here just to give them a lot of movement. So because they're not going too far notes-wise, I'm not trying to play like a melody necessarily. They're just supposed to be sort of brooding chords. This is all in like G sharp minor. But then I also do something here with the arpeggiated line where I'm using an LFO on the pitch with the delay so that it sort of goes out of tune over time. So with the other synths, that sounds like this. Which I thought gave it a creep, both dark and creepy, and as well as a kind of authentic analog feel. Things going out of tune. And together again, it sounds like this. If there's a melody or a motif in there, it's just that. And then it'll go sort of out of that key. Remember weird stuff like this. And there's still lots of room there for some more sprinkling of swells and transitions, little ear candy things. There's also, if you listen to this with your headphones on, there's a lot of stereo stuff going on, especially with that ARP, that arpeggiated part. So here's what that sounds like by itself. Listen to it with headphones. So I'm doing some auto panning, but also some auto filtering, and they're in sync, but it does some weird stuff. It's kind of some neuro sonic architecture. Right and left. That's the bass. It's a hefty bass even without the kick.